What's going on, guys? White Wingnat Inceldom. White Wingnat Inceldom. What I want to talk about tonight or this early morning, whatever, it's really late, but we're going to get into it right now. I want to share this with you guys right here. So let me pull this up. Going to base this whole conversation off of this particular tweet or repost. When was it posted? April 14th. So what, 2 weeks ago? The thing is, though, this is a screenshot. Now, the account here, Garbage Human, this is over on X, Garbage Human. This is a hardcore anti-mulatto account. So, of course, I'm following them or him, whatever, because they give us information. They give us material and information that we can provide commentary on and analyze their thought process, their strategies, what they say, because they're very bold. Just like what we see with the black nationalists, they're very bold, talking about mulattoes, speaking for, against mulattoes. We see that with the white nationalists. And they're very open and public all over social media. So this particular account, Garbage Human, they're very vocal with it. They always share material that is anti-mulatto. That is their whole premise, their whole platform. And they never talk about when it's a white guy that has an Asian partner and a mixed kid. They're never talking about a white guy that has a Latina partner and a mixed kid. It's only when it's a white woman that has a mixed kid. This Garbage Human account, they find it to be an issue. So we're going to talk about it. But this particular image they shared here, the screenshot, this has been going around for a minute. I saw this like several years back. And even I can say this now publicly, like even the whole, how do I want to frame this? A lot of my inspiration, some of my inspiration, I wouldn't say a lot of what I'm doing now, even with my whole, the name, the channel name, the branding, the title, is because I saw this very same screenshot shared on X, or what was called Twitter back then, several years ago, back in like 2021. This exact screenshot was shared. And I started to, analyze some of the comments. And there was there was a page or an account that popped up and started providing some comments and commentary. And I saw their username. I was like, oh shit, very interesting. So little background story on that. But so this what I'm saying is that this is like old information here. This image this guy is just rehashing and resharing. This has been going around on Twitter or X for like 5 fucking years. This isn't new information, but they're keeping it relevant to basically slander you. The first thing I want to point out to you guys, they're showing pictures of women here. And this is a guy, he's a white boy, you know. That's why I get a kick out of it when these mulattoes who want to praise up being fetishized by the white boys. Because the thing is, there's a lot of them. I find them on social media where they have so much to say about the blacks, the dark skinned black boys, black males, fetishizing mulatto women. Like they're so against that, as they claim, right, in front of you. But on the flip side, a lot of them, they have no problemo being fetishized by the white boy. They actually praise it. That's the crazy part. And a guy like me, see, I'm not going to go really deep into it at this moment. We can go into that in the future. But I just find it hilarious where they'll like try to slander or throw under the bus these blacks who would quote unquote fetishize them and they're so against it. Ew. But when the white boy does it, they love it. They praise it. Hey, but when the white boy leaves your baby mama, you're in the same boat. Like, and trust me, it does happen. It happens a lot more than people want to acknowledge, and I see it. But I'm seeing this here. This is what I'm saying. This image here, this has been, circulating on the interwebs for a minute. And the white boy here from Australia, Garbage Human, he's really anti-mulatto. And the image you're sharing here, these are all like mixed mulatto women. There's no man here. That's the number one thing. We're sitting there like, well, wait a second, we're the dudes. Let's read the caption. It says, most mixed people say they don't feel like they belong anywhere. Well, number one, you're talking about mixed people. What the hell is that? Yeah, that's a white boy and a fucking Indian, or a white, he's in Australia, so a white boy and an Aboriginal. You know, that's not the same as a mulatto. But see, you have to understand when you're speaking, when the white supremacists, when they say mixed, they're not talking about their white boy and their Asian fetish, or the white boy and his Latino fetish. They're not talking about that. When the white supremacist says mixed, it is a code word for mulatto. At the same time, they are trying to stigmatize the word mulatto, working with these black liberals to discourage you from using the mulatto title so you don't have your own independent identity. They want to keep you and maneuver you underneath blackness, where they feel like it's more comfortable. They can maneuver you there. You're more easily managed underneath the blacks. And that's an arrangement the Bantus and Anglos both have together. A lot of these mulattoes, they haven't quite figured it out yet. That's okay. I'm here to provide clarity. So you have to understand, when you analyze them, when they say mixed, it is a code word for mulatto. Look at the image here. They're not showing hoppas. They're not showing no, Caucasian, Latino mixture or hoppa. And they're not showing none of that stuff. They are showing the quintessential mulatta aesthetic. This is critical as well because, like I said, they're speaking about females here. They're not bringing up the males because we're sitting here like, man, fuck you. We're gonna punk you and take your shit. If that Bantu's backing you up, well, okay, he's gonna he's gonna get a piece of this as well. So this is the whole thing here. Most mixed people say they don't feel like they belong anywhere. Well, these are the suckers out here. These are the liberal fucktards, LGBT. You got the whole LGBT liberal fucktards. They don't fit in. Okay. And then the guys jump up here. We're going to just do our own shit. We're going to create our own shit. If you're with us, you're not. Sayonara. Go stay your weak ass over there. Have a good day. I'm good with what I'm doing. It doesn't matter. I'm always going to find people who want to deal with me and what I'm doing. Period. It doesn't matter. And they know that. That's why they're always targeting the men. That's with this, like I said, with the whole dark skin community and this whole like light skin hate. And my whole thing is with the light skin guys, like, you got to stop being subordinates to darker skin Bantus because, as you guys saw, there was a video published. This one individual keeps tagging me and shit. And I told her in the last live stream, I'm not your audience. I don't identify with you guys. Like, I'm not your audience. But she keeps tagging me, trying to put me into her little pro black BS. Like, I tell the guys, like, look, you got to just develop your own shit, do your own shit. Because some of these other people, they claim to be light skinned and all this stuff, but they're serving other people's agendas and interests. Pro dark skin, pro feminism, pro LGBT. How does that serve you? How does that help you out? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. And you look at the image here, the lady in the middle. She's like squinting her eyes, like she's almost crying or something. This is clearly biased imagery they're showing here. And I've covered one of the ladies here in the middle. You can see here where my mouse is kind of scrolling over. I covered a video on her like literally a couple years ago. And like, yeah, her brother's gay and they're both Canadian, mulattoes, whatever. And they're talking to this colorism bullshit, caping for darker skinned people. And, that's the virtue signalers, etc. So I covered her, but these other people here, like I said, this is all curly haired, whatever. And it's like a mulatto aesthetic. So they're using the images of these women is like a scapegoat. And these are the white boy here, garbage human. I just get a kick out of it when I see these mulatto females, particularly on X or not X, TikTok, whatever platform you pick, you name it, you pick. And they get worshipped by these particular type of characters, and they're out here talking shit on you, throwing you under the bus. And it's like, but see, they never have smoke for these guys. I never see them. I mean, some of them might have some smoke for the darker skinned Bantus, but they don't have really smoke for these white boys, right? But they got all the motherfucking smoke for you mixed mulatto men and light skinned men. Don't you find that hilarious? They got all the smoke for you guys. And then you guys turn around because I put you on blast. You want to turn around and point the finger at me. I laugh. I'm not your enemy, bro. I do not care. My whole thing is like looking at you. Who do you serve? Do you have self-respect? Do you have dignity in yourself? How can you call these other people your brothers and sisters who are literally putting a target on your back, calling you their enemy? And there's some fucktard idiot I saw in the comment section talking about, I have an agenda, but they can never articulate, like, what are you talking about? This one loser, I just blocked the fucking idiot. Pro black piece of shit, because they're always pro black. Mulatto Vanguard has an agenda. They always spread these conspiracies. I even, one of these other websites that someone shared, some knucklehead tried to pull up an image. I was in Salt Lake City like fucking 10 years ago. And the guy tried to make the connection between that and a chessboard, black and white chessboard. He tried to make some very like flawed like connection talking about like Freemasonry or occultism or something, where it's like the title, the name of the channel is Mulatto Strategist. And chess is about strategy. So we have a chessboard, but some dimwit fucktard tries to pull the connection that it's about masonry because they masons use the chessboard. See, these are these type of internet fucktards you deal with. And the thing is, what I often find is they're always pro-black. They're always sucking off and serving a Bantu somewhere. Always. There's no exceptions. Always. So they got to throw me under the bus because they know I'm not playing the game. Just want to start off with that. This garbage human account, white boy, okay, from Australia. And he's showing this image, this recycled image that's been circulating for years now. Before I even had this channel, I saw this on X. But they have the same collection of images, these 6 pictures here of these mulatto women, you know, who don't even know what the hell's going on. They need male leadership. I know the feminists aren't going to like that. Tough. You're in the wrong spot, feminists. Sorry. But of course, with the feminists, they're going to look at the black guys to help them out with protection and look at the white boys, protection, right? But then they look at the mulatto man and they look at you as like competition. Isn't that fucking weird? How is that? How does this arrangement, how did this get set up? How is it that the counterpart, the natural counterpart, is considered competition? But yet they have no smoke for the blacks or no smoke for the white boy. No smoke for the black boy, no smoke for the white boy. But they look at the mulatto man who's building, doing his own shit. All of a sudden, they got smoke for you. It's almost like it's an annoyance. It's a nuance, what we call a nuisance, an extra burden. But I'm sitting here like I always notice that these individuals, okay, if they're a biracial baby mama, biracial female, and they got smoke for the mulatto vanguard, just ask them, do they have the same smoke for the black boy, the black guy? Do they have the same smoke for the white boy? You look at their YouTube channel, whatever little flunky ass YouTube channel they got, they never have smoke for the white boy. You notice that. They never have smoke for the black boy. You light skins and you biracials and all you notice that. They never have smoke for these other males, but they always got smoke for the biracial man. They will always take time out of their day to talk shit on the biracial man. And this is a biracial female. You ask yourself, how is that? How is it that you take time out of your day to throw a biracial man under the bus, but on your YouTube channel, you don't say shit about white males or black males? But yet for me on my YouTube channel, everybody gets fucking called out. That's why I get all the hate. Everybody gets called out. Interesting. I want you guys to just, notice that and start to look around and ask questions. Let's get right into this, all right? Yeah, most mixed people say they don't feel like they belong anywhere. I am not saying that shit. I already realize what the deal is. I see these other groups. The Anglos have captured the Bantus. The Anglos are basically incentivizing these Chicanos, got them on their clique, their team. Same thing, they got these East Indians, etc. These other groups, right? I already see it for what it is. And the Bantus have thrown the mulatto men, not the women, the mulatto men under the bus. I realize we got to do our own shit, period. I realized that a minute ago. I'm just got a little small YouTube channel, but it's been working out effectively because a lot of you guys are basically waking up, asking questions. It's been going swell with me. But I realize with me, I'm not crying about trying to fit in. I'm just building my own shit, connecting with people, period. And I can travel around the planet, go to the UK, go to Canada, go to Brazil, go to Dominican Republic. Doesn't matter. I can go anywhere around the planet and I can connect with mulattoes and build. Already proven that. So I'm not out here crying and complaining because I don't fit in. I'm just building my own shit. You're with me? Good. I got your back. If you're not with me, I don't care. Not a part of what we're doing over here, period. So freedom fighters here puts, I'm just going to kind of read along some of these tweets, guys. And if you guys want to chime in, it's all on you. I got a couple other posts I'd like to share. I'm kind of late night, right? Late night creep. So I might not get into everything here. Just wanted to hop up here and talk a little ish and then keep it pushing. Let you guys know I'm still around here. So they act like they hate white people the most and black people will save them. They despise their own white mothers. Interesting. I'm mixed and my mom is black and my dad is white. There's nothing wrong with hating crackers. This is a person who's mixed, well, that's what they claim, and their mom is black and dad is white. Let's see. So you hate your own dad. Your dad wasted time raising you. That's why race mixing should be done by sperm donation at least. Then the dad doesn't have to raise these ingrate kids. The guy puts here, I have no reason to love him. Look, was that his dad or her dad, whatever? I don't care. Looks like a typical man in the Midwest. So he's ugly and I'm ashamed. And he puts here, he looks a lot better than mulattoes. This is what I'm telling you guys. You have to understand. When these people talk about mixed race, I try to tell people, I drill it in your guys' head. The white supremacists, okay? When they mention mixed race, they are always talking about mulattoes. Always. Capital ALWAYS. The Anglo, they're always talking about mulattoes. The mixed race is a code word for mulattoes. That's who they fear. They don't fear the Bantu. They don't fear the Chicano. They don't fear the Hapa or the Arab. They all work with these groups and bring them in through assimilation into their group, their body politic. It is the mulatto that they fear. This is why it always comes out when you challenge them in their rhetoric. They're always going to let you know exactly who they fear. This is what they're saying here. He looks a lot better than mulattoes. LMAO. I'm exotic white, like Marco Rubio, and look good. Marco Rubio is a fucking Cuban. So he's like exotic white. Isn't that what they say? Spicy white. What does that mean? Some dumb shit some whores try to say. A spicy white. What are you talking about? Italian or something? You idiots are stupid. A spicy white. Only some whore would say that. That doesn't make any sense. Are you white or are you not? Let's keep it clear, plain English, right? You're a Southern European. Marco Rubio is like a Spaniard from Cuba. He's not Anglo-Saxon. Look at his black hair, brown eyes. Okay, he's their little token Hispanic that they parade around, just like Ted Cruz and the rest of them. They got these Chicanos on lock. Okay, and that's their token. He's not Anglo, but they use them. It's convenient, and they'll kick them out of the white body politic when it's convenient. That's how it works with them. When it's convenient, they'll throw them out and say, well, you're not white. That's what they do with the Jews. They claim all these Jews, all these inventions, everything that the Jews do. They claim all of it. But when it's convenient, They kick them out of whiteness. We see the same strategy being deployed with the Bantus and how they do with the mulattoes. They'll claim all of your wins, everything you do, as quote unquote a black achievement, a black historical achievement. But all of a sudden, when they can't benefit from you or you question them and challenge them, all of a sudden they kick you out of blackness. My whole thing is to these mulattoes. Why don't you wake up and start to analyze the scenery and realize what's going on? The trickery and usury that's being deployed. The person puts here actually Marco Rubio, the exotic white Cuban looks good. I don't care. This doesn't pertain to us mulattoes. But in a sense, it does because the guy mentioned us. Because, like I said, mixed race is a code word for mulatto when you're dealing with the white supremacists. I rarely see mixed people that look that people like that as mixed as a mixed person, whatever. Nigerian and German flag in their bio. Yeah. Someone puts here race mixing and interracial relationships. And remember, you get okay, yeah. So they kind of have a mix of like white woman, black male, black female, white male. Okay, and then it has on over here produces low IQ, brown, iris, eyes, abominations. But they picked like the worst images, and they pick babies. Look at that, 3 images of babies. And is this guy even mixed race? Like, the guy down here clearly looks mixed race. Says say goodbye to your blue eyes, but like, what the hell is going on with this guy here? They picked the most deformed images. I want to tell you guys, notice the biases here. You look at the left, symmetrically, you look at their facial structures, they all look kind of in sync, in harmony. There's no deformity here. That's on purpose because remember, the white supremacists, a lot of them, they're getting fucked and cucked by these blacks. And so they're just basically, it's all cope with the reality that their own women are an open mutiny against them. And so that's the thing is here they have a lot of respect for blacks because all these white supremacists, they love football. They're financing all these black bantus on the basketball football field. They all support them. Don't fucking cap. Like, don't even pretend like that's not what's going on. You can fool these other fucking idiots all over the internet, all over the blogosphere. Doesn't matter. TikTok, where they're going to censor the hell out of me. Twitter, Facebook. You can fool all these other knuckleheads. You can't fool me. I study all of you people. This is what it is. They have a lot of respect, and I shared it, for these other for blacks especially because they know they have them captured, so they like the position they have them in as a subordinate. I shared this from the movie Queen with Halle Berry. There was a scene in the movie where this KKK guy literally publicly said, "I'm gonna bring that clip back up one of these days. Just have it in the kind of the archive ready to upload." Where the guy literally said that they had a perfect arrangement. They had a perfect arrangement where the black was subordinate, the black knew his place. But oh, the blacks, they want to mix with these whites and create these mulattoes and they want to get uppity. That's what it's always been. That's what Birth of a Nation's about. That's what all their propaganda has always been about. They're fearful that you will challenge them for power in society. This is why they show so much reverence and respect for darker skinned Bantus. Look at the left, look at the images here. Look at the facial symmetry. We're talking about race mixing, interracial relationships. All the black guys have like normal facial symmetry. Look at that. Cheekbones, nose, lips, mouth, their teeth, they're all healthy. Look at her teeth. But look on the right side. They got this mixed guy. His teeth are all jacked up. He has giant lips. You guys notice that. This is an Anglo. This is one of these white supremacists who made this, right? This is what they feel, because they fear mulattoes and they love blacks because they're getting poked by these blacks. That's the difference between the mulattoes. We're out here, we're like, no, we see it for what it is. We're interested in power over here. If you want to talk to the baby mamas or like an image here, you want to talk to the LGBT liberal fucktards and baby mamas, you need to go find them over there in some other spot. But over here, no, we're not doing that weak shit. Okay, we're going to analyze the information we see over here. Let me click on this and see what they got going on. There's so much I can cover this. I can be here for a minute, but I'm not going to. Okay, just gonna kind of scratch the surface. Same person here, Faith Parker puts, okay, first of all, I'm not effing animation, you cunt. There's nothing wrong with being biracial. If she is biracial, I'll share it, but I don't know. And person here, Pepe puts, this is actually retarded. Lots of fine ass mixed women wouldn't mix with one, but there are some real nice ones. This guy here is like, I wouldn't mix with one. I'm a white boy. There's fine ass mixed women. I got them licking my hole, whoring them out, just like my Bantu fucking buddy on the basketball court. But it's like I wouldn't mix with one of them. They mid. It's crazy. I'll see a chick like that, and then on X or not on X on a TikTok, like I love the white boy. Cool, as long as you're getting paid, sweetheart. But once you're a baby mama, please don't insult the men over here and come to us. And you're so pro mixed. I mean, it's so blasphemous and distasteful. It's so insulting. You're so pro mix now, and you're like a baby mama. Please save yourself the embarrassment. Guy puts caping like an MF. I hope the person who made this repents, because it turns out that the Christian God is real. It's long, yeah, whatever. Put white pride clown account puts right here. You are next. Black men should only entrust his seed with white women. Interesting. In this account says white women, black men forever, whatever. Says the eyes are the window of the soul. And what does it say? Patriot or Patton? Yeah, Oswald Patton. Yeah, it's one of these like American flag, Celtic, retired U.S. Navy SEAL, right wing. Yeah, the Patriot, I told you already before. People cry and complain. The Patriot's a code word for the white nationalists. So, yeah, don't cry to me, cry to your mama, because that's what it is. Got a lot of you guys up here this late at night. As usual, it doesn't matter what time I'm up here. You guys are always going to watch, creep in and listen. Make sure you guys hit the like button too. Check out this comment here. This guy here, and they're very bold today with like the Hitler iconography and images, and since Elon Musk basically took over X, it's this pure Nazi white nationalist zone. But the benefit is they're giving a lot of information. See, that whole one drop rule has been diminished because the Anglos are letting you know they see you as different as the Bantu, and they fear you more than the Bantu, but they see you as different than them, and they're more fearful. And they're sharing a lot of information. That's the beneficial part, is they're giving you a lot of information. They're exposing themselves where a lot of this information was sequestered prior. They will hide these thoughts. They would try to trick you and make you think, "Oh, you're just like one of them." But now we're seeing the evidence. We're seeing their commentary. We're like, "Oh shit, you're right." They know the difference, right? And they're more fearful of you, so they're going to give you a harder time because they know they got the dark skin Bantu where they want them, where they got them where they want them. It's you they haven't contained. This is why they're fearful. Look at this comment here from this guy. He puts, this mixed race will suffer when civil war happens. They will be declined from both black and white sides. It's funny because he acts like he's going to be on the up end and top of this quote unquote civil war. But he says the mixed race will suffer. He's acting like he's not going to suffer. He's not going to take a dent when the war happens. And he's also trying to claim that, like I told you guys, that the black is not going to take a dent. He's trying to say, well, the blacks and whites are going to do good. Because remember, these white supremacists, white purists, white nationalists, they are protectors of the black race. They want to maintain the separation of these groups. They are always anti-mulatto. They are fearful of the mulatto. This is why they spread this propaganda talking about the mixed race will suffer. We're not going to suffer more than your bitch ass or the black or anybody else. All of you people are going to suffer. If we're going to suffer, my whole position here on social media representing mulattoes, if we're going to suffer, if we're going to get stigmatized, all of you motherfuckers are as well. And for the pussy ass mulattoes who are like, oh, we're a minority, we don't have numbers, and blah, 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 you need to be quiet and keep your bitch ass over there in the corner. Those of us over here, we're not scared. We're not cowards. We're not fucking punks. We see it for what it is. And you got these guys hiding behind an avatar, Hitler fucking image on his, avatar, hiding, talking all this shit, talking about race war and shit. I'm not talking about no war, but I'm fucking battle ready. I can say that. I work out and train every day. But just the arrogance where it's like we're going to suffer more when civil war happens, as if he's not going to suffer. No, look, the mulatto's got to wake up and smell the coffee. This is what's going on. Because these type of people here, right, they always will protect the integrity of black people. Always. Because they have them where they want them. They want to maintain the integrity. What they're against is when white women get with black males and create us. They know that's an issue for them because the mulattoes will not be subordinates to them. If it's a black female with a black male, 9 times out of 10, they will be a subordinate to the whites. This is it. They understand the mulattoes will not be subordinates to Anglos. This is what this is all about. This cope right here. That the mixed race will suffer when civil war happens. It's a civil war. It don't logically, wouldn't you expect everybody to suffer? Why is he singling out mixed race people? What is that about? What's that all about? Logic would tell you it's a war. There's going to be casualties on all sides. Everyone's going to suffer. But he singles out mulattoes. Because like I told you, with the racists, white supremacists, when they say mixed race, they're not talking about their hapa fetish or their Latino buffer class fetish. They are specifically talking about mulattoes. That's why he put here black and white sides. He didn't say Asian and white sides because the Asians are going to take their cake, and they already are. They're the majority of the population on the planet. They're going to take their fucking cake. He's not talking about Asians. You notice that, guys. He's saying black and white sides and referencing mixed race, meaning mulattoes. This is why the correct terminology is important. And I was over on TikTok earlier, and yeah, I have some idiot. It's a mulatto woman, okay, who's just ill-informed, but she's against the word mulatto. And you're always going to run into that with people. It's our job to educate them. That's it. Because they're ill-informed and they don't understand. Like, they let's just say we're mixed race or biracial and all this blah blah. No, you're mulatto. Okay, sweetheart. Wake up and smell the coffee. That's a bad word. You're calling yourself mule. I don't care. Okay, deal with it. We changed the word, we changed the meaning, we changed the definition. We're here now. Either you're going to understand that or not. But look at the white supremacists. Like, you want to use that mixed race term, they're going to check and let your ass know. Wait a second, you're a mulatto. You're with them. So people want to play games out here, but they're laying it all out there for you. My job is to present this information and bring it to you guys. It says the average African American is mixed race. Yeah, that's what they pull, but I don't trust these stats. Yeah, and that's what the interlopers are going to try to do to us, to dilute us and get us to maneuver us, to serve us, to get us to serve them, I should say. And I'm not buying it. Guy puts here, I'm mixed, Asian, Hispanic. I've never been treated badly. Black chicks lust at me. White people think I'm exotic. I'm American. I've never not felt at home. I understand that lots of mutts are ugly, but some of us are very pretty. Remember that. Asian and Hispanic, I imagine you just look Filipino like. They're not talking about you. That's the whole thing here. When they talk about mixed race, they're talking about mulattoes. And I'm trying to get my audience to understand that. and stop being idiots. I imagine this relates mostly to blacks mixed with anyone else. Let's see what the comment puts here. Ah, it's deleted comment, whatever. Yeah, they're not talking about you Hispanics and Asians and all that. The Anglos are, when they say mixed race, they're talking about mulattoes. Look at this anti-left. Remember, he's a patriot. He's a patriot pro America, right? He puts, you are lucky of being that mix Asian Hispanic. I don't see black there. You see that? Right? Demonize your black side, but they will, the same people who demonize the mulatto for being mixed with black, they'll praise a pure black. You guys notice that, right? But then it's like the mulatto they don't like. They fear you. It's the fear element. My job is to get mulattoes to acknowledge your history, acknowledge your place in society, establish cohesion, build a network, and be unapologetic. We're not going anywhere. It's not, I'm not special. Like I'm nobody. I'm waiting for the day for someone with a larger platform or a bigger voice better than me to come out here and just do this. There's all this potential out here. I'm not special. If I'm hopping my ass up here late at night talking shit, anybody can do this. It's not I'm not special. But we're not going anywhere. That's the whole thing. We're not going to go anywhere. There's going to be more of us, and that's the goal, is to get you guys to understand that don't relinquish your position, your title, your honor and integrity. Don't maneuver yourself to be a subordinate to serve them. Establish something that's unique for you, that serves you and your interest. The guy puts here, I've seen some painfully hot mutts. Yeah, and it's interesting how the language they put here, painfully hot. He's calling them mutts. Well, that's like not even a appealing word to call somebody, right? That's like the same as like calling someone a bitch. I've seen some painfully hot bitches. She's a fine bitch or something like that. He's calling them mutts, this guy here. Right. I just get a kick out of it. Like I said earlier in the stream, it's like I see some of these mulattoes who are pro mixed, and they talk shit about these blacks fetishizing them, but they turn around and they love it when the white boy fetishizes them. It's so cringe. I mean, I've never really said shit about it prior till now. The opportunity is here for me to kind of talk about it, laugh about it now. But I see some of these chicks where it's like this equally is cringe. Like they love being fetishized by the white boy, and the white boy's talking shit about you, like wishing your demise. That is a L. That is despicable, man. I don't get it. You don't see me out here praising none of these people who are against me. But some people will say just because I talk about or I share images of mulatto couples, like they're fucking couples. They're dedicated to each other. People say I share images of that I'm like simping or that I'm like capping or something, or like I'm not praising people who don't praise me. What the hell? So I'm just pointing it out there. Like I'm very strategic. The people that I promote, like they promote me. If I, like I said, with this Amala idiot, when I saw she just took an opportunity to throw shade on Drake, I just unfollowed and just left the bitch alone. I don't care about anything she's doing anymore. She's basically getting paid by Jews, serving Anglos. That's a typical arrangement. That's on them over there. I don't have any responsibility of that. I used to like her. I mean, she's attractive mulatto, but she thought it was cute to throw Drake under the bus for some little brownie points and shit. And okay, well, go screw you then. That's a clear example that I don't take the anti mulatto male shit lightly. When I see the anti mulatto male stuff, if it's presented my way, I take notice of that. This knucklehead here puts, I don't like mixed people. Well, too fucking bad. Too bad. Go back, crawl back to your cave because we're not going anywhere. There's always people that roll a 1 on a genetic dice, just like any other non-mixed race person. Knucklehead here puts no mutt is pretty. Laugh my ass off. I have plethora of good reasons why you are a dysgenic mystery meat creature with tons of health problems and issue. This guy has no information. What's his following? 18 followers. L. You got 18 followers. Super confident talking all this shit. You know, I get a kick out of these characters, man. Talking all this shit. No profile picture. 18 fucking followers. Here, got and they're in Canada too. Yeah, not surprised. You got a bunch of mixed people up there as well. Mystery meats. Mystery meat. Remember, there's no mystery. They're talking about mulatto, European African. They're not talking about Hapa. They're not talking about the Métis. Okay. Yeah. When they talk about mystery meat, they know what they're anti-mulatto. And they got this weird kind of immature fourth generation Amerimutt, homogeneous, dispersed, feature Kalergi ultra mutts. Immediate danger. See, this is you're not going to find this information anywhere else. None of these other quote unquote mixed race pages, multiracial pages, biracial pages, none of these other people are going to share this information with you. None of them. They're going to have the same circular discussions. They're not going to share the critical information, let you guys know, look, they are being ultra specific about what they are against, which is mulatto. Okay, now this is on one of their sites. I don't know where the hell they found this at or who drafted or this whole situation here, but clearly it's the mulatto they're against. Where do we start? And this is a whole, I can't even click the whole damn, it says Amerimutt clarification index chart. Okay, let me go. I think I can bring this up here. I had to share it somewhere else. Another tab we got here, but this is basically what we are seeing right here. You guys can see that. Okay. Royal Canadian Mounted Police, Amerimutt classification index chart. Who else is sharing this information with you guys? I mean, I've been on social media I've been on social media for a minute, but as far as like a content creator for a few years, and like nobody's sharing this information. And I don't have to do any much digging. This is just they're very public and out in the open with this, right? We can cry about the Bantus all day, but it's really, the Bantus serve the Anglos. So just go to the source. All the information, like the Chancellor Williams and the Tariq Nasheed, all that FBA, all these dumb savages, they serve whites. So just go to the source if you want the real information. So none of these other biracial pages and multiracial pages, they're not sharing any of this stuff from what I'm seeing. You're only going to get this right here on the Mulatto Vanguard channel. Nobody else is presenting this to you guys. First generation Amerimutt. This is they developed the whole lexicon and vernacular for all this crap. Crazy. Like, what they understand is that it's irreversible hybridization. So they can try to make some animated cartoon, unrealistic collage and all this. They got that mass shooter guy. I just saw an image there. What's that guy's name? I just saw it right there. What's that dude's name? I thought I had an image of him here. Yeah, there he is. It says right here, El Goblino. What is that guy's name? Nicholas. Remember in Florida, the mass shooter guy out there in Florida, and the one of the high schools was a Parkland. Was that the school? They got him up there because he's like fucking Mexican and white or something. He's Latino, Cuban and white, right? So now they're throwing him under the bus when it's convenient. But if he was a female, if he had a vagina, all the Anglos would be jumping up on that. Remember the image I shared earlier? See, they like basically share all the same images of all these characters, and then they got like cartoon characters of like monsters and shit. It's like this is the bizarro world we're looking at, right? And the people who create these images, if you really wanted to know, like, what do they look like? I want to know. I want to know what they look like, the people who create these images, because they can't look any better than anything that's on here. I mean, give me a break. If you take the time to draw some type of like gargoyle monster and put it there to represent somebody, it's like these people are crazy sick. So just yeah, look at this. I mean, I'll eventually share this on one of my other pages. I don't know when, but I'm just covering this right now because I'm like, wow, this is the extent that they go to kind of demonize basically mulattoes. Let's be clear. They're not talking about Hoppers. They'll throw in a couple like Latinos who are mixed with white. Like they got this guy right here, this like Latino guy, El I can't even pronounce it. Abomin Asonian. I can't even pronounce it, man. I'm sorry, guys. Like it's crazy. The first one they got here is mongrel plus mutt equals Americano equals, and like the phenotype here, we're like, what the fuck? It's just so bizarre. Yeah, it's this crazy propaganda that they're pushing here, right? And it's all to demonize mulattoes. Ultimately, this is demonizing mulattoes, right? And they're drawing like monster characters and just weird animations. They got a pig here. They got a cyclops, a black guy with one eye. Like this is all the altered image. It's very, very bizarre and dark. And of course, at the bottom, they got the Jewish kind of Zionist star. That's ultimately, see, this is the head. What I'm saying is the people who create these images, I'd really like to see what they look like. Like talking all this shit about how everybody else looks, altering these images and doing all this. What the hell do they look like? Because this is some like dark satanic energy they're presenting here. Transcendent Amerimutt. Theoretical, unobserved, total racial entropy exomutts. Instant death. Crazy. That's the world of white nationalism right there for you guys. Insane. Like I said, I just want to hop up here and share some of this. I'm going to be back actually, I think tomorrow and present more of this stuff, but this is just kind of to scratch the surface. It's because Hispanics are beautiful. Yeah, Hispanics are some of the best looking people on the planet, no doubt. And they're very mixed. Latinos and Hispanics have a mixture of Iberian Peninsula, Spanish, Arabic, Anglo, in some cases African, most cases indigenous. Yeah, they have a lot of different stuff going on. Zip Zap puts here, no one cares about your looks. Your ego needs to chill. The post is discussing an identity crisis these mixed people have. Sure, you're not American. Yeah, we know 99% of the time they're literally only talking about white versus black because other races only exist when statistically convenient. Yeah, 99%, 100% of the time they're talking about mulattoes, white and black. Yeah, they're not talking about these other groups. And I always point that out to people, especially over here. They got Frieza here, which is fitting. I put Dragon Ball in the beginning. They put here, they belong somewhere. I found this to be funny. I saw this when I first saw this post. They had a picture of an image of Slash. You guys can see here. It's like, what about Slash? Does he have an identity crisis? Multi-millionaire, successful guitarist, handsome guy, good-looking guy. I might put him on the thumbnail. I think I will. It's like, what's it? What's the problem with him? all these other mulattoes I see, mulatto women, mulatto men, because they pick images like these white supremacists. They'll pick images of like Zendaya with like no makeup on, looking kind of awkward, and they'll use that as an image to talk shit about mulattoes. That's why I get a kick out of it when I see these mulattoes who love to be fetished by these white boys. The same white guy turns on his troll account clowning her ass. He clowns like Zendaya. Like, what the hell, man? And like, you're cool with that? Hey, if the guy pays your bills and helps you out, okay, good for you. But when you're a baby mama, don't fucking run up on us, the mulatto men, acting like we're supposed to care, like you're special. Just don't do that because we're gonna clown you. But yeah, they share images of like Zendaya without makeup or some of these other people. They never share an image of Slash. This is a mulatto man. He has a black mother, black American mother, an Anglo white British father. He's a mulatto man. Yeah, he usually wears a top hat and glasses, whatever. He's a rock star. But they never use him as an example. Look at this knucklehead here. His Slash is still quite ugly. Of course, no image. Never shares his picture. Typical. Calling other people ugly, but they're never on camera. It's the same like with a guy like me. All the people talking shit about me and how I look. You know what's it's very convenient. They're never on camera. They're never on camera. But they talk all this shit. That's why I get a kick out of it. Like you guys are always beneath me too. You guys are never above me. That's the best part. Dutch Julius Caesar puts here, he's cool, a talented musician, but exceptions don't make the rule. Race mixing usually still results in low intelligence and dysgenic looking individuals, which is sad for them. Yeah, you're only fooling yourself, Dutch Julius Caesar. Pseudo intellectual, you're pseudo, you're a certified pseudo. You're a Catholic boy, okay? But it doesn't matter if you're Catholic or a WASP or a Protestant. A lot of you you're still against mulattoes, so it's all the same boat. Yeah, Lenny Kravitz and Slash. Yeah, they can't say shit about these guys. Slash or Lenny Kravitz. Yeah, they got to use the same images they always use of, yeah. I'm mixed, can confirm. I'm not an ape, though, just Mexican. Yeah, Mexican German. They're not talking about you, boy. They're talking about mulattoes. This guy puts here mixed people are bastards. They don't belong anywhere. See that? You are embarrassing. But they never specify. It's like funny how you say this is a Catholic. Yeah, because they're religious, they're Catholic, and they're Protestant. Even these Christians are like racist as fuck. And they're patriots, they're pro country, and they're Christian, and they're talking shit about mixed children. We're like, man, the whole morality thing has been thrown out the window. Just like this Dutch Catholic guy. He's Catholic, but he's calling mixed people bastards. They don't belong anywhere. But isn't it his duty? Isn't it his duty to provide a home or a sanctuary for people to belong? He'll do that for the illegals. Remember, the Anglos, they'll protect their mestizo, Hispanic, illegal alien class, their buffer class. They'll provide a sanctuary city for the illegals to do the bidding for the Anglos. You bet your bottom dollar. This Dutch Catholic guy, yeah, he'll be more welcoming and rewarding and provide sanctuary for the Asians, for the Vietnamese refugees, for the Arab refugees. You bet your fucking bottom dollar. The little Anglo Dutch Catholic is going to provide sanctuary for all these other groups. But when they say mixed people are bastards, I keep telling you guys, I'm going to tell you forever as long as I'm up here with the microphone in front of me. When the Anglo says mixed, he's not talking about his Asian fetish, his Hispanic fetish, his Arab buffer. He's not talking about them. He's talking about mulattoes because we will not acquiesce to his hegemony and be subordinates. That's the Bantu's job. They want to maneuver us underneath the Bantu with their one drop rule. It's not working out for them. So now what do they have to do? They have to demonize you, destroy your credibility with all this propaganda they got going on out here, especially on this whole thread. Crazy, isn't it, guys? Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm an hour deep into this. I'm gonna cut it short right now because I'm gonna get the hell up out of here. It's already late anyway, so whatever. I don't have to be up here all night. I'll just drop back in at another time and let you guys know what's up. Shout out to Abby NYC. Appreciate you. I love the fact that you are true to yourself. I thought about you the other day as well. Cause yeah, you're pro mulatto, right? You're mulatto identified, I can say. And and there's people who kind of tried to kind of slither their way around you and manipulate you and convince you to not be pro mulatto or not mulatto identified. But I've noticed that from the day I've encountered you 3 years back, that you're mulatto identified. And I appreciate that about you. And even in your title, your username, Abby NYC, the MM family. MM stands for mulatto mafia family. So I appreciate that and respect that about you. And I've always said that from day one, too. I respect the fact that you are mulatto identified. And you being older than me and an older generation, it's very much appreciated because we need older people to not only set an example for younger people, but it's also kind of inspiration when I see older people, you, Flowers, other people out here who are mulatto identified. It's very important. It's very important. I'm just doing my part. You're doing your part. And I see you, acknowledge you, appreciate that. And thank you for being over here. Appreciate that. Yeah, the question is, where do these mixed people want to fit in? Mixed people got to just like look at other people and that are similar like them and figure it out. I don't know. I already figured it out. I just realized I got to do my own thing. I don't get it. I'm not fighting other people's battles. I already have my own battle right in front of me and I'm ready to go. I saw a tweet earlier today with the white nationalists giving a middle finger to a half black child and a man with their parent inside the store. Yeah, that happens. It's crazy. I don't know why the parents did left their child alone in the car without supervision. I don't know. I think that does happen frequently, sadly, but yeah, it's crazy. A lot of mixed people don't even know what the word mulatto means, and they think they're just black based on what's them accurate, an accurate catalog of information. That's my job. It's on them to do the research. I'm not going to shove it down their throats or convince people. I don't care. I'm already past that. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not. Other people will, but whatever. As far as the women, the intent in the relationship is to kill them in the end. Niggas view mulatto women as trash. I see it all the time. Interesting. Shout out to you, Gen X or freckled face artist. Shout out to you. Isn't these the same guys promoting cuckold porn, black men and white women? Yes, they are. They're the same guys. The same white boys taking it in the rear end from some black. They call them bulls. That's the phraseology, the terminology they use is bulls. The whole cuckold porn fetish and niche is always a white boy and a black male and a white female. That's the kind of triangulation. Someone pointed out as well in one of my comments. I talked about this before, where they got a guy. His name is Adam22. He has a pretty popular podcast. He's a podcaster, Adam22. He's a adult performer. Even him, his wife, his partner is like a porn star. He publicly like tricked his wife out to sleep with some black dude. I don't know all the details. I haven't watched the video. I don't plan on watching it, but this is just like public information, right? Public knowledge. Like someone pointed it out in the comments before. It's like, I'm not fucking surprised. Yeah, I heard of this guy, this Adam22. He's all tattooed all over the face. He's pretty tall. It's like 6'5", porn star guy. He's got a podcast and married, and like his wife, he's like a cuck. He's cool with his wife sleeping with black guys and like making videos about it. It's really bizarre, but this is the reality of the situation. I'm trying to get mulattoes to wake up and understand they work together. The Anglo male and the Bantu male work together and they want to subjugate mulattoes into servitude. My whole position here is tell mulattoes, you better wake up and smell the coffee, build your own shit, develop a network, connect with people. They're trying to set you up. He put on Civil War, the white nationalists had their chance when the BLM riots happened. They didn't go out and shoot anyone protesting. They let their cities get burned. Yeah, they didn't do shit. They sat back and cried. And then when January 6th happened, they didn't. What did they do? Nothing. They stormed the office building and took a couple like documents from the office building. One of their own got clipped, and they want to present her as a martyr, and she was just a loudmouth idiot. And like, you know, yeah, they didn't do shit. They had the whole BLM thing, 2020. All these blacks, all out on the street, all out in the open, and a lot of whites too. Let's be real, but like these white nationalists, like they're fucking curled up and scared. They didn't do a damn thing. Yeah, because they're looking for soft targets. That's their whole goal. Is they want like victims and soft targets. That's why this whole situation with this Karen, this tattooed, white female who's like using slurs and calling, using the N word against a 5-year-old autistic black kid and some guy who's recording, like they're looking at that as a win, like the cowardice. Like, and they're giving all their money. They're like giving all this money, which, hey, to me, go right at it. I want you people to give your money to, I want you to, because it's a statement of where you are. You guys are losing fucking badly. It's irreversible hybridization. You're not going back from this. And you talk about the invasion or build the wall and all these Asians, Arabs, you're not going back from this. You can scapegoat the mulattoes all you want. You're just upset that we're not going to acquiesce and be your fucking subordinate. Go talk to the Mexican, go talk to the Bantu. They'll do that for you. The mulattoes over here, we're not doing that. But I see this situation with this Karen, and they're throwing all these dollars at her, and it's gonna be like at $1 million by next week. Mark my words, it's gonna be that. It's over 300,000 right now, and she's like talking shit, calling people the N word and stuff, and they're throwing all this money. I saw Elijah Schaefer, who's a knucklehead troll, social media trolled weirdo dude, and he talks a bunch of crap on mulattoes too. And I saw this guy, he donated like $700. I think it was like $650. Crazy. Just for some idiot tattooed Karen calling some the N-word. Here's $700. Like she's racking up money, man. That's where they're at right now. Like that's a win for them. And then they're going to turn around and cry about the economy. That's the funny part. These same losers are going to turn around and cry about the economy and how, man, these corporations make so much money. But look at their value system. Look at where they spend their money at. They're going to give some racist idiot who's cussing out a 5-year-old all this money. They're going to turn around and cry because they're broke and shit. That's where they're at. That's their win, though. That's their win. Like I said, this whole Civil War talk, because these Anglos, they're going to protect these Bantus. They've used these Bantus for what, the last 200 fucking years to help them with all these wars in Iraq, in Vietnam, in the Civil War, in the Korean War, World War II. These Anglos use these fucking Bantus for all these wars. So what, you don't think they're going to use them today? No, of course they will. They need them. That's the reality. Not fucking fooling me. And no, I'm not going to apologize for my French because this is a reality of situation. You're not fooling me. Then pro-black mulatto, something else. Yeah, they're lost. The pro-black and their baby mama, but mulatto baby mamas. I mean, that's basically kind of the biggest opposition you're going to find, right? They'll run interference. They're a nuisance. They're annoying, and they have nothing to offer except drama, anyways. So it's just sucks for them. In England, the white boys are painfully racist towards mulatto females, but now the white guys are making the mulatto females single mothers. That's funny. They are, bro. I follow a bunch. I mean, how do I want to phrase this? I don't want to seem like I'm kind of out there, but there's mutuals I have on social media, like say like TikTok, whatever, because they're mulatto, whatever. But it's like, come to find out, they're single moms and their partner's white, and it even happens here in America as well. Yeah, but these women, they can't talk shit when they're baby mamas by these guys, and like, you chose that guy. But we find that in every community though, in every group with black or white or Asian, whatever, where it's like you chose this guy, but you're a baby mama, but you can't talk shit about that guy's community. You wanted to marry into that group. Okay. You basically you rolled the dice, you gambled, you chose, and if it didn't work out, I mean, it's kind of on you. It's kind of adulting now, right? Be an adult. But no, I know what you're saying because there's a couple of these individuals who I'm mutuals with, and I see it too. Yeah, they're baby mamas, whatever. You see it all the time on Facebook. Yeah, bro. Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? About that shooting, did you notice that the only mixed person was the first to die, Roberta Dury? Wikipedia and the media only focus on the black victims. I did not know, but now that you mention it, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look into it because I did not know. Thank you for sharing. I'm gonna come back and double check and look at that. That's why I love doing what I'm doing here, because a lot of this stuff I don't know. Like, I'm out of the loop. You guys share so much information and keep me in the loop, and I appreciate that. So I'm gonna double check that. They can draw pictures, say whatever they want to say. I don't give a F no matter what. Hold it down and stay solid. Yeah, for sure. Keyboard loser. A lot of white nationalists on Twitter talks about being Christian and they say the most racist stuff. Yeah, they're Christian, they're Catholic, they're patriots and all the other fake shit. And they're only fooling themselves. Their own women, their own female counterparts are openly committing mutiny with them, creating more of us. And it's a situation where it's irreversible hybridization. They have to cope with the reality that they're taking a lot of fat L's out here. And they can only prop up this Bantu and weaponize them against us for so long. More and more of these mulattoes are waking up. It's my job to give them information, give them a voice, and everything's working out according to plan as far as I can see. I'm going to get out of here, guys. I'll talk to you pretty soon. So, catch you on the flip side. Sayonara.